teachers, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, we talk everything special education. If that interests you, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Today, I am hoping to give you a little bit of motivation to not quit teaching. I want to remind you of why you got into this profession and why you truly are making a huge difference, not only on your students, but the whole world. I want to start off by reminding you all, if you've seen my other video that's titled Why I Quit Teaching, then you know what I'm talking about, but maybe I'll just give you a really quick refresher. Basically, I was forced to quit teaching because of a really bad daycare situation in a small town. So I do have young children at home right now. Once my kids are a bit older, I do plan on going back to teaching. But long story short, I was forced to quit teaching because of my son's situation. And spoiler alert, I really do miss it. Trust me though, I really do understand your feelings. There were times I felt burnt out, underappreciated, and just honestly really stressed out. I really do think teaching is one of the most stressful jobs. So I understand your feelings of maybe wanting to quit teaching. I want to go through and remind you why you should not quit teaching. I'm going to keep this video really positive, and I want to remind you of all the wonderful things that come with teaching. Because a lot of times, like on Facebook groups and just in general, it's easy to just talk about the negatives, but we need to remember all of the positives. So anyways, let's get into it. One thing that I really miss about teaching is seeing my students make progress. Especially in special education, that progress might be really small, but honestly, it is one of the best feelings in the world to see a student master a skill that they have just been working so hard on. Kind of on that same note, just watching a student become more and more independent, or watching a student's first task completion is huge. Just growth in general in academics, social skills, or independence, honestly should remind yourself of what a true impact you are having on these students. The second reason that you should not quit teaching is because of the bond between you, the special education teacher or teacher in general, that you have with your students. I will never forget my favorite teachers and those teachers that really made me feel special. Not the ones that were the best teachers ever, but honestly the ones that had a true impact on my life, on my soul, on my personality. You as a teacher are that person. Now that I am out of teaching because I'm with my littles at home, I swear every single day I am thinking back to my students, especially those naughty ones, because you guys know that I love the naughty students the most. I seriously think of them and I wonder how they're doing every single day. I was a high school teacher at one point, and a lot of those students have added me on Facebook, and I have added them back because it's been so long, and I just miss them, and it brings me so much joy to see how they're doing. So unless you haven't been out of teaching, you don't understand kind of that true heartache that you have when you're no longer teaching, and you really miss those bonds that you have with your students. And of course, you're always going to miss those one certain students, but once you're out of it, like that's it. That's something that I truly miss about teaching. And if you quit, I promise you will miss that. Also, I built some really good relationships with some of my parents, and those parents truly appreciated my support. The parents and the students trust you so much. Since I am a parent now, I see things through a completely different lens, as I'm sure a lot of you do who have kids. When I send my kids to school every single day, I'm trusting those teachers with my child. And me as a parent, like, I appreciate those teachers so much. So it's really important to remind yourself that you are appreciated, even if staff and other teachers, certain parents, some administrators aren't telling you, you really are appreciated, and especially by your students. You're needed by your students. Another reason that you should not quit teaching is because you are an advocate for your students with disabilities or without disabilities, but especially if you have students with disabilities. That was one of my favorite parts about being a special education teacher, was advocating for my students. The first school that I worked at, the principal and all administration was so supportive of my students with disabilities, but the next school that I worked at, they were not at all, and I had to really advocate for my students. And sometimes that made administration mad, but I don't care because I want what's best for my students. So your students really, really need you. On top of that, another reason you should not quit teaching is because you can teach your own students and should be teaching your own students how to advocate for themselves. Obviously, there are some students who that might be really, really difficult for, but most of your students, you should be teaching them how to advocate. So that's another big reason you should not quit teaching. Again, I've already said it and I'm probably gonna keep saying it. Your students need you, they need you. Society needs you as an advocate. Now, I kind of have a list of the other things that are really, really great about teaching, so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about those. The first thing that I have on my list, and I've kind of touched on some of these, is you really make a difference in this world. You get to directly impact students by helping them reach goals that they have never thought were even possible. There are not many professions where you can do that. Another great part of teaching is celebrating the small wins. As a special education teacher, you learn to deeply appreciate the small steps, no matter how small, but those little steps make a big difference when it comes to your students. Another great part of teaching, specifically special education, I know that IEPs are not fun. However, you get to be a part of creating a really individualized plan for your students and implementing that. And that has a big impact on your students as well. Number 4 on my list is the strong bonds, which I did talk about a little bit, but it really is incredible the deep bonds that you have with your students, especially if you have them for more than 1 year. Those relationships are really, really, really special, and you will not get that in any other profession. Another reason that I haven't talked about yet is job stability. You are set. If you are honestly any kind of teacher, you have a pretty stable job. Special education teaching is definitely a high demand job and there are not enough people to fill it. So I don't want to guilt you into continue teaching if you really don't want to. But it might be hard to fill your shoes again. You definitely have job security if you are a special education teacher or basically any other kind of teacher as well. The next thing that I have in big, bold words is building life skills. I personally love teaching life skills because I just think that's so meaningful rather than teaching equations and stuff. Life skills are so crucial to our students who have special education services, and teaching them these skills has a true impact on their lives. You also really get an emotional fulfillment when you're a teacher. When you're no longer teaching, you will not have that. And that really is difficult. So there you have it, a bunch of reasons why you should not quit teaching. I do understand the challenges of teaching. It's stressful, it really is. The pay typically is not that great, but at least on the other hand, since we're trying to keep it positive, the benefits are really great too. You have summers off, which doesn't actually mean summers off, as we all know, but you do get a little bit of time to yourself. When I was a teacher, I had great insurance and I had some really great retirement benefits that most other jobs do not offer. But one other thing just really came to me. Now that I'm not teaching right now, I really miss the social aspect of teaching and just being involved in the school community. I miss my paras. I of course miss my students. I miss all the other teachers. I miss all of the parent interaction. Yes, I'm at home with my kids now, so I don't get a lot of adult interaction, so that might be why, but I really miss that. And of course there was some drama with paras and stuff like that, but overall, I miss it. If you are struggling and you are not sure if you want to stay in this profession, go ahead and leave a comment below or go ahead and message me. I'd love to talk to you. And I do want to add, there are some certain instances where maybe you really should quit teaching. If your mental health is seriously not doing well, then maybe you should consider it. But the purpose of this video is to try to remind you of all of the positives. Everybody is in their own situation, so I can't be you need to stay in teaching. But I can tell you, you will miss it. You might not miss all of it, but you will miss many parts of it. Anyways, go ahead and comment below, you guys. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree. Do you have any experience of quitting and maybe coming back to teaching? Let us know in the comments. Your comments are really helpful to other people. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I offered a little bit of encouragement to those who are struggling with this decision of staying in teaching or quitting teaching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. If you are looking for some free resources for your classroom, go ahead and check out the links down below this YouTube video. There are always free resources on my website, which is activiteach.org. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. Happy teaching.